The moment you assume you know, you sleep. At least your intelligence sleeps. If you just awaken this much within you, actually you do not even know a blade of grass or even an atom in its entirety. Do you know this? Atomic scientists in the world do not know even 1% of the actual atom, individual atom I'm talking about. Because over 99% is empty and they don't know what it is. So when you realize I do not know, genuinely, then your intelligence shall never sleep. Even if your body sleeps, your intelligence cannot sleep. That's what needs to happen. When that happens, we say, you're awakened. You are awakened does not mean you're all-knowing. You are awakened means you're alive and awake to the process of life. This does not mean you've figured out existence from end to end. So this is the basis of our culture. It is about search, it is about knowing, it is about expanding. It is not about a destination somewhere that you call as heaven or God or whatever. See, right now in the last 2 centuries, this got a little garbled. You must understand, this is a godless country. I know some of you will be shocked. Why I'm saying this is, what is the highest goal? What was or what still is the highest goal in this country for human beings? Mukti. Mukti means liberation, freedom. The people that you call as gods today, all of them walked this geography at some time, isn't it? Hello? It is just that they lived in such a spectacular way. They look like being better than human beings, so we bow down to them. This the God, there is one entity which knows everything, which does everything, is not our idea. Because here, something there says, in that house, in that home, their men drink. We can't give our girl there. Today, if you don't serve a drink, nobody comes to your wedding. Yes. So, what is wrong with alcohol? I am not looking at this… I have no moral, judgment about these things. Why does somebody drink? Why does somebody drug? Why does somebody go to the temple? Why does somebody meditate? Why does somebody do anything? There are only 2 things. You are trying to create pleasantness of… Those who drug also believe they are creating profoundness of experience. Yes or no? Hello? You can tell me, hey, come on. Those who are well-versed can speak. Methods are different. Both of them want pleasantness of experience, profoundness of experience. Well, what works for whom is a questionable thing, that's a different matter, let's not go into that, but the goal is same. So today, one very important word everywhere, whether you're in business or education or whatever, is sustainability. Experience and profoundness of experience, that is the thing to do in future. Hello? If it is being manufactured from within, what is happening within you must happen your way, isn't it? The world will not ever happen 100% your way. Many of you are married, right?
Yes.
So you know. It never happened 100% your way. 51% if it's happening your way, you have the controlling stake. 100% if you try, nobody will be with you. Yes or no? If you try 100%, it should be my way, people are gone. A little bit your way, a little bit my way, all right. Yes or no? So this is the nature of the world. Not one person in your life ever happens 100% your way. I'm telling all the young boys and girls, because you're still thinking there is that dream girl or a dream boy somewhere who is 100% my way. Don't go. Sometimes happens your way, sometimes it doesn't happen your way. Hello? Am I teaching you philosophy or is this a reality?
Both.
So don't make a philosophy out of it. This is a fundamental reality of our existence, because how disease is being created from inside, we can manage it the way we want. How these are, so many things, hello? To some extent, we can have it our way. Not 100% ever, ever. If you try, you will they will make sure you suffer. Yes or no? If your husband or wife or anybody tries that you must be 100% the way they want, you will make sure they suffer, isn't it? Yes or no? It'll inevitably happen. So, outside, the world need not happen totally my way. A little bit your way, a little bit my way, a little bit somebody else's way. This is the way of the world. Situation is a problem. A situation is just a situation. Hello? Some situations we know how to deal with. So, in realizing this, you will naturally become a seeker, because now you are blissful every moment of your life, you are not the issue anymore. In your life, there may be 1,000 issues, I bless you with million issues. No, that means you're doing a lot of things. If you have only one issue, you're doing some silly nonsense. Hello? Yes or no? You have 1,000 issues means you are doing a lot in the world, let it be so. But you should not be the issue, ever. In my life, I'm not the problem. There are many problems. You are never the problem.
Yes, yes.
There are other problems, we will tend to it to the best of our capabilities. Sometimes they go our way, sometimes they don't go our way. I want you to understand this. The moment you think things must happen only your way, if they don't happen your way, you're going to be miserable. You must understand you're crippling yourself. You will not be… you are taking away all capabilities of doing anything in the world, because if you're just living in your… not even in your home it'll work. If you just make your domain just your bedroom, let's say, maybe 90% of your life will happen your way. 10% will be going off and you'll be freaking for that. If you step out into the larger world and attempt to do many things, 90% will not be going your way, only 10% could be going your way. But if you think, if things don't happen my way, I'm going to freak, obviously the only thing you will do is you will curtail yourself, cripple yourself, so that you become incapable of doing anything in the world. This should not happen, because being human is very special. Is this some kind of philosophy, human beings are special? No. You heard of that Englishman, because the English set up stuff here, they must have told you. At that time, before they told rest of India, there was a man called Charles Darwin. You heard of that guy?
Yes.
He said, you are the peak of evolution on this planet. Do you believe that?
Yes. No.
Hello? You believe that or no? Some of you are saying no. No, I understand. It all depends who you're married to and who is your neighbor. On this planet, at least, you are the flower of evolution. Yes or no?
Yes.
On top of the world. But most human beings are not feeling like they're on top of the world. They're all the time cribbing. No other creature is cribbing as much as human beings are cribbing. Because they are all made like this, stomach full, life settled. Once you come as human being, stomach full, stomach empty, only one problem. Stomach full, 100 problems. Why has this happened? This is just this. See, because you already said you go by the evolutionary theory, there are some holes in it, but generally that's a ladder upon which we have climbed. According to modern genetics, it is said that the DNA difference between you and a chimpanzee is only 1.23%. We are in a school, ask the principal of the school or the students, with 1.23%, can you pass any exam? So 1.23% is not much of a difference, isn't it? But the difference between you and a chimpanzee is only 1.23%. So physiologically, that's how close you are to a chimpanzee. But in terms of your intelligence and awareness, you're worlds apart from a chimpanzee. This is the problem. You have an intelligence for which you don't have an appropriate basis, a stable platform. So you have to create some stability. Only if you create stability in the platform, this intelligence will work for your well-being and everybody's well-being. Otherwise, this intelligence will poke you to death. I know this may be a cruel thing to say, that's how people think. People think all solutions are cruel, only solace is compassion. No, solution is always compassionate, isn't it? See, if your child is sick these days, at least you take them to the hospital and poke them everywhere you can, isn't it? Because you know by being cruel, you're saving that life, yes or no? Otherwise, just hug them, no baby, doesn't matter, I won't never ever poke you. Well, you'll be holding a dead baby after some time. So, solutions may involve a pinprick, but needs to be looked at. In 2021, India unfortunately has had the highest number of suicides ever in the history of this country and highest in the world. 132,000 people committed suicide. Out of this, 17,600 were below 18 years of age. 7,200 were below 15 years of age. If a 12, 13-year-old child has to take its own life, we are definitely doing something fundamentally wrong, yes or no? Yes. 12, 13-year-old child should be bursting with life. Instead, they want to take their life. Do you think we're definitely doing something wrong about it? Otherwise, this should not happen, isn't it? But it's happening here and it's happening everywhere in the world. It's going to a point where WHO is talking about a suicide pandemic could come in the next 2-3 years' time. So what is it that we're doing wrong? It's like this. Once upon a time, come on, how to tell a story to you? Come on. See, for most people, if you say once upon a time, they think it's bedtime. This is why I'm asking you. To tell a story, you must be in a certain mode. Once upon a time, what happened? Once upon a time. There was a potato farmer. There was a potato farmer. But one day he wanted to eat mangoes. What did he want to eat? Mangoes. He went in search of a mango tree. He found one. Hey, make the appropriate noise, come on. He found a mango tree.
Wow!
Then out of sheer habit, he started digging for mangoes. When he found no mangoes after a lot of digging, he became furious and he dug furiously. Slowly the mango tree came upon him. This is the case of the present generation of people. If you want to find peace, health, joy, love, ecstasy, blissfulness, whatever, you must dig inside. If you want to find comfort, prosperity, relationship, you must dig outside. Hello? But for love, peace and joy, you're digging up the world. It will come down on us because you're digging the wrong dimension of life. What happens from within, if you try to extract from the world, you will squeeze the earth dry, but it will not come because it's a wrong direction. 100 years ago, how this planet was, how it is today. If you were here 100 years ago and today you landed, let's say in Kolkata or any place, you definitely would not recognize the place. You can't believe it's the same place, isn't it? So much engineering we have done, so much. Why did we do all this engineering? To build comfort and convenience for ourselves. Well, still maybe there is a lot of things to be done in India, but generally the world has been engineered for comfort and convenience to such a point. In every way, we are the most comfortable generation ever in the history of humanity physically. Yes or no? But can we also say we are the most joyful? No. Most loving? No. Most peaceful, blissful? No. This means it's not working. We are making a bonfire of the planet, but we are not even dancing in joy. This is such a waste. All the fantastic fruits of science and technology going waste on a miserable humanity who want to kill themselves, who are mentally ill, who want to drug themselves out. Because what should be found here, you're trying to find there. It is not going to happen. So this is a time to turn around. This is a time to create a more conscious planet where we clearly understand our experience of life has to be mined here. Things that we need can be mined on the planet. If we were joyful, we would do only what is needed, nothing more, nothing less. But now we are in pursuit of our happiness. In pursuit of our happiness, we can dig this planet inside out, but it's not going to happen. Yes or no? So it's a time to wake up, it's a time to make a little turnaround. I am not even talking about you must curtail your lives. I know everywhere, everybody is saying, curtail your life, do less, save more, do this, do that. Well, you want to save more, but then when you see your neighbor, that he is doing more, you want to do little more than him. This problem is there in the human societies. You can talk as much as you want about curtailing lives. When somebody is watching, they curtail, when nobody is watching, they splurge. It's happening all over the world, believe me. So it's very, very important that we don't do token curtailment here and there and think we have done what we have to do. That's not the point. The important thing is this, to understand, there are no many problems on the planet. There is only one, the human being. Why is human being a problem? The peak of evolution, why is it a problem? The peak of intelligence on this planet, why is it a problem? The problem is just this. See, I'll ask you a question, all of you should say either yes or no. Anyway, if you say yes, no or silence, accordingly I will bless you. Do you want your intelligence to be sharp or blunt? Sharp. Okay. So if we give you a very sharp instrument, it's very important you have a steady hand and a conscious mind, isn't it? Otherwise, la 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 la, intestines will come out. Why we do not give a sharp knife to a child's hand? Not because knife is dangerous. Did it ever happen a knife just jumped up and killed somebody? Knife is not dangerous. In inappropriate hands, it can become dangerous. In appropriate hands, it can do wonderful things. Yes or no? Yes. So right now, you said you want a sharp intelligence. If you have a sharp intelligence, you must know how to hold it. Otherwise it'll poke somebody or it'll poke you. You can call this stress, you can call this anxiety, you can call this depression, you can call this, that. I was talking to a group of top-level British psychiatrists. They educated me saying that there are 72 varieties of psychological ailments. I said, really? I know only 4 or 5. They said, no, there are 72. And one of them is compulsive nose picking. It seems people are picking their nose till it bleeds, but they can't stop it, they keep on picking. So I am saying, anything can become an ailment. If you don't know how to hold this sharp intelligence right, if you had the brains of an earthworm, you would be a very wonderful person, peaceful and also eco-friendly. Even now, if you just remove half your brain, you are peaceful. Yes or no? So peace is not the ultimate goal. Unfortunately today, even so-called spiritual leaders are going about propagating that peace is the ultimate goal of your life, peace of mind. See, today if you want to enjoy your lunch, even if you're not bursting with joy, at least you must be peaceful to enjoy the food that you're eating, yes or no? If you want to enjoy the company of whoever is sitting next to you, even if you're not dripping love, at least you must be peaceful, yes or no? So tell me, is peace a basic requirement or an ultimate achievement? It's the most basic requirement. But today if you say peace, they say heavenly peace. If you say love, they say God is love. If you say bliss, they say divine bliss. Everything that human beings can do has been exported to heaven. I don't know if you need these things in that place, here we need it. We want you peaceful, we want you loving, we want you to have a sense of blissfulness about yourself. This is needed in Kolkata. Hello? Very needed here, isn't it? There, we don't know what is the requirement. And going up there, somebody who is knowledgeable, just point to me in which direction is heaven. So, generally it's there. So it's up. But the problem with our existence is, we are sitting on a round planet and the damn thing is spinning all the time. If you look up, you're obviously looking up in the wrong direction. Hello? In this cosmos, do you know which is up and which is down? Then you have assumed too many things. Too many things. You do not know what is up, what is down. You do not know anything about our existence. Hello? Yes or no? No clue, we just know few minuscule things. When you really look at it, when you pay attention, you don't know a thing about anything. But simple things that every human being should be capable of have all been exported to heaven. I'm thinking of starting a huge import, only port. Will you participate in this project? Only import, no export. Hello? And that port is you. Hello? Heavenly peace should be here. Divine love and bliss should be here. Hello? Not there. What the hell do you do there? You know, I was to speak ago. I was flying out of Atlanta and to land there in mid-morning, and I'm quickly changing in the airport to rush because I have this problem. In these 40 years, I have not been late to a single event. I want to keep that. So, and I've been on an American airline, there's nothing edible on that plane, so I'm super hungry but there is no time, so I rush to the venue. To my amazement and fortune, this never happens to me, believe me. On that day, I am speaking at a very fine restaurant. That's a venue. When you're in that condition, that's a place. So that's how it got arranged So I walk into this place, already some people are there, others are coming in and they're greeting me. One man comes to me and says, "Shalom." I ask him, "What does it mean?" He says, "It is the highest way of greeting." I said, "Well, that's your opinion, but what does it mean?" He says, "No, really, it is the highest way of greeting." I said, "All right, what does the word mean?" Then he says, "It means peace." Then I said, "Why is peace the highest way of greeting unless you're born in Middle East? In South India, you come up to me in the morning and say, 'Peace.' I say, 'What's wrong with you?' I'm saying anything that you deprive yourself of for a period of time suddenly looks heavenly. To be peaceful, to be joyful, to be loving, to be blissful is human nature. I don't even have to state this very strongly because when you are 5, 6 years of age, you know to be peaceful, joyful, blissful was natural to you, isn't it so? Hello? Then what happened? Hello? What happened? You retorted? If at 5 years of age, if you were so joyful, by the time you're 30, you should have been ecstatic, isn't it? Just the reverse has happened. Why? You've grown up. Arey, if you've grown up, all your qualities should multiply, isn't it? Reverse has happened simply because when you were a child, you knew that you do not know. You did not take yourself too seriously. Now you are a very big man. I won't dare to say you're a big woman, you are important or beautiful or something, okay? You need to understand this. Our time and space here, the time and space that we occupy is so minuscule. Today we are here, tomorrow we're gone. I'll bless you with a long life, but human life, if you're exploring the potential of being human, it is too brief, too brief. Have you noticed on a particular day, you're very joyful? Has it been a day like that? Full day, you're very joyful, 24 hours, went off like a moment. Another day, you're in that mode, 24 hours feels like 1,000 years. So only miserable people can have a long life. If you are a joyful, exuberant person, before you know what's happening, it's over. I'll bless you with many years of life. but let it not be long. Hello? If you lived for 100 years, it should feel like you were born day before yesterday and it's gone. Hello? It must be gone before you know what's happening, before others feel, why is he here so long? Hello? Yes or no? Both ways. In your experience, in other people's experience, your life should feel very brief. That means you lived well. You also feel it's long, others feel it's too long. Not a good life. So first and foremost thing to address in our life is, you must be conscious that you are mortal. If there are any immortal people, please raise your hand so that I can address them separately. Hello? You are not immortal, you are mortal. That means you are only trying to postpone your death. I wish you success on that one. But if you're trying to avoid death, then you will only end up avoiding life. Yes or no? If you try to avoid life, you will only end up if you try to avoid death, you will only end up avoiding life, nothing else will happen. Death will anyway come. But we want to postpone death, that is acceptable, we must postpone it. There's no need to prepone it because life is inefficient. We have to do many things to make it work properly. But death is super efficient, when it happens, absolute. Yes or no? This is the only absolute thing in our life, death. Everything else can be further improved. Yes or no? So this needs improvement, this needs attention, this needs working upon. You don't have to work on death, it'll come anyway and it'll do its job. Of all the gods, Yama is the most efficient, what do you say? Of all the millions of gods that we have, Yama is the most efficient god, do you agree with me? Nobody else is that efficient because absolute. So, you must do this. Tomorrow, if you wake up… Hello? You're not getting it. You're getting it? Okay. Wake up tomorrow, natural process. If you woke up, pinch yourself and see, you really here or there somewhere? You're here. You're still here. 200,000 people died and you are still here. One big smile at least, hello? Only if you're alive, otherwise I'll excuse you. Will you do this for me?
Yes.
Oh, what is there to smile at the ceiling, Sadhguru? The ceiling… Not at the ceiling because you're alive. Because the only thing that you have is your life. Have you ever been to some funeral? Have you been, all of you?
Yeah.
If you're not young people, you must go, even if it's not your relative or friend, you must go and look at the dead, it's important. Because this man till yesterday was busy doing all things, he was a big man, bush, bush, bush. Now he's like this, perfect posture. You go and tell him in his ear, you have won a lottery, 100 crores. Guy is not interested. Hello? You tell him in your garden we were digging, we found a whole treasure. Not interested. You tell him any damn thing, he's not interested. So it's very obvious, if we take the life out of you, rest is all rubbish. Hello? All made up in your mind, what is important, what is not important. There is only one thing you possess which is of tremendous value, life. When it's still on, some celebration, because this is the greatest phenomena happening. So if in case you wake up tomorrow morning, I bless you, you will, first thing you do is pinch and see, you're still here, big smile. Then for every person who dies in this world, at least 5 to 10 people who are very near and dear to them minimum, is there. So probably, 1 million, 2 million, 5 million people were affected every day by the number of people who die. So you check those 4 or 5 people who really matter to you, all of them are alive. One big smile, hello? Not important, what ma? Not important? Oh, they're all still alive? No, I'm talking about those who are dear to you. Others you can do whatever, I'll leave that to you. 4 or 5 people who really matter to you, all are still alive. One more big smile, is it worthwhile or no? And you check it out, wow, it's 1 o'clock, still alive. And the soil organic content has gone up, the water sequestration has gone up significantly, and above all, the land and the life within the soil is rich and going. This has already happened. But 132,000 farmers in India is not a very big tract of land because average ownership in south is somewhere around 3 to 4 acres, in that range. So it doesn't add up to millions of acres or millions of square miles. It is still a small piece of land. It is good, but it's still a drop in the ocean because microbial life is a global phenomena. You cannot do it just in your backyard. It needs to happen everywhere. For this we need policies. So I had this land that we bought and we are doing some agriculture, to have it checked out about just 7 days ago. If you come and see, you might have seen pictures of the yoga center. It's very lush green land, okay? Lots of agriculture, turmeric, paddy, sugarcane, everything growing. So I thought we must be well above the national average. They tested this in some 10, 12 different test pits. Our average is 0.48%. I'm really having serious thoughts about the national average because this is very rich land, black cotton soil. Here it is 0.48%. This is a disaster waiting, you understand? It's a serious disaster and it'll unfold slowly. Slowly means in a matter of years. It's not like a bomb, boom, it'll come and everybody notices that. It just happens. One of the things that's happening is our nourishment values are going down significantly. Because of this, we become susceptible to many infections and other health issues, psychological issues. Psychological issues and lack of micronutrients in the food that we eat are very directly connected. There is substantial studies about this today that it is so. So, the number of psychological issues that you're seeing in urban societies, a large part of it is connected to lack of micronutrients in the food that you're eating. When there is no strength in the soil, there is no strength in the food. When there is no strength in the food, this is not a full-fledged life. For example, this pandemic, I'm not trying to make an absolute statement on this, but I'm sure there are doctors around here. Any doctor will tell you, you are more susceptible to respiratory infections if you don't have iron, vitamin C, A, B, D, C, all these magnesium, all these things are not present in sufficient quantity, means you become susceptible to respiratory infections. You can call it whatever you want, essentially COVID is a respiratory infection, where we already knew that at least 70% of the people will not be affected by this. Why? Simply because maybe they are better nourished, their systems are better, their constitution is in a stronger nature. In these 3 years or 2.5 years, nearly 3 years now, I have traveled extensively. Many of our people have been traveling with me, cold or a fever in these 3 years. No, once again, don't clap, because we are doing this to ourselves. We are doing this to ourselves that we don't understand what is the source of our life. In this, I don't know in Bengali how you say it, in South we say Thaimannu, that means it's mother soil. What do you say? No, Bhumi is more… The world itself, I'm saying soil, you say something? Mati, whatever. Yes, fine, you know it then. So when you call something mother, it is not just about emotional nonsense that you have. When you say something is mother, you are referring it to as my source. Hello? Yes. Mother is not just a emotional attachment, it's your source. Where even in electronics, when you say motherboard, that's a source. When you say mother soil, you're saying this is my source. The question is only this, will you get this now or will you get this when you're buried? When you're buried, everybody will get it, that this is my source. But if we get it now, we can make a difference for life. And this is very important, go into your tumble. Once it goes into your tumble, there's nothing you can do, there's nothing I can do. So we have a window of a maximum of approximately 15 to 25 years is a window that we have. If we don't turn this around in this time, then we don't know what the consequences are. Nobody knows what the consequences are. Some very conservative scientists are saying between 2065 and 2080, about 30% of the population could die. Some more aggressive scientists are saying between 2065 and 2080, 60 to 70% of the population could die. We don't know what that is, but as human beings, we are capable of mitigating a problem before it arises. That is the capability of a human being, not walk into the problem and then cry about it or do some nonsensical, desperate stuff about it. Hello? Will we be that generation which turned back from a disaster? We did not walk into a disaster and then cry. For this to happen, we need policies. You go and fix your kitchen garden, that's very cute, but that's not a solution. If a solution has to happen, globally, this needs to happen that agricultural land, minimum organic content should be 3%, it must be managed. As there are laws for urban land, if you have this much land, you can build only this much. Similarly, if you have agricultural land, minimum 3%, for this policies have to be done in a certain way. It can't be just punitive and enforcing, they have to be incentive-based policies, otherwise with the farm policies it won't work. So we have worked out 193 policy books for 193 nations. It was presented in the COP15. It's been taken in right earnest by 81 nations. It's taken us over 3 years of our teams working on this, that today 81 nations are framing the policy for soil, but the remaining are still going slow. Right now I have no doubt whether we will move in that direction or not. Definitely we will move in that direction. My concern is speed. Pace is very important. There is a saying in yoga, even especially if you're on the right track, it's important you move quickly, otherwise something will run you over. If you're sitting on an abandoned rail track, you can sleep there. But if you're sitting on the active rail track, you must move fast, otherwise something will run you over. So we know we are on the right track, we are moving in that direction, speed is needed. For speed, for any government to get necessary speed, it's the people who give the speed. Hello? So what should I do? Should I go and dig up the agricultural land? Should I do this? Should I do that? No, don't get into that kind of action. You can fix your kitchen garden, that makes you cute, not a solution. Solution is, you must keep your voice up and up, because you need to express that you are interested in the long-term well-being of the nation, you are interested in the long-term well-being of your children, the future of your children. See, how many of you have your own children? Yeah. So is it a philosophy or an ideology or a teaching or a scripture which is telling you this, that I love my child, I want my children to live better than me? Or is it an intrinsic life which tells you, I want my children to live better than me? Hello? It's intrinsic. So this is not anybody's teaching, this is not written in a scripture. No God or messenger came and told you this. This is intrinsic to you. But if this needs to happen, one important thing is soil, which is the source of life, and microbial life, which is in the first 15 to 18 inches, nearly 84% of it. This is the foundational life for who we are. It is from that tiny microbial life, slowly life has evolved and now we are sitting like this. If we weaken that, we weaken this absolutely. Weakening has already happened. But scientists today are talking about soil extinction. That is a diplomatic way of saying life extinction. Do you understand? Because in the last 70 years, 67% of vertebrate life on this planet is gone. 67. 82% of the biomass insects are gone. 92% of freshwater aquatic life is gone. I heard most of your fish is coming from Andhra Pradesh. What a shame for Bengal. Hello? Is that so? Your fish is coming from Andhra Pradesh? No. Because aquatic life is going away at 92%, it's gone in the world, freshwater aquatics. If we don't put back other life, this life is not going to be very well. And the most important life, the key life in this is the microbial life, life that you cannot see. They are the most important life. Even right here as you're sitting, you can see the buildings, you can see me, you can see each other. But the air that you cannot see is the most important thing right now. Hello? If it disappears, you're gone. Just like this, microbial life is the most important thing. I'm glad in Kolkata, still, unlike Delhi, you're still not able to see the air. I think. So, this being a footballing town in India, Calcutta and Bengal have been a footballing culture before other parts of India became that. So here I have a football for you. Okay? We have a movement going that this ball, I have already kicked it in the next few days, that is tomorrow or day after, is the 5th of December, is the World Soil Day. So we want you to kick this ball and we will make sure it rolls all over the world in so many different ways. It need not be one single ball, you can make your own and also do it, but be seen on the social media kicking a ball with Save Soil logo on it. If you can't do all this, at least just write it boldly, Save Soil. Very, very important. This is the turning point in many ways. In many ways, we as a nation have the ability to guide the world itself in many ways. I'm talking about we must become the leaders, we must become superpower. I don't believe in that. It is just that it's your moment, it's every individual human being has to take it up. If you do not function consciously with the kind of scientific and technological empowerment that we have, if we do not conduct ourselves consciously, we are breeding death for ourselves. Thank you very much. Let's make it happen. And also, there is a Save Soil, the World Soil Day, do whatever you can. Make sure there is enough noise about soil, let the governments of the land hear it, not for one day, keep it up in some way, in whichever way you can, because I'm reminding you, this is for the first time. Many great beings have come in this world, but when they spoke, hardly 10 people could hear them. This is the first time. You can stand here and talk to the entire world. Never was this possible. When there is such a possibility, if we do not manifest the world that we care for, it shows that we don't care enough. Hello? Yes. Let's make it happen. Thank you very much.
সদ্গুরু সংসদ সমাপ্ত হলো। Welcome my YouTube channel AKU000. আমরা এখন এই স্টেডিয়ামের সামনে চলে আসলাম, যেখানে সদ্গুরু সিংহাসনে বসেছিলেন। অসংখ্য মানুষ সেই সিংহাসনকে জড়িয়ে কান্না করছেন, কেউ দুঃখ প্রকাশ করছেন। অনেক দূর দূর থেকে অসংখ্য মানুষ এসেছেন মহান ব্যক্তি সেই সদ্গুরুর সাথে দেখা করার জন্য। যদি কোনো প্রচারের মাধ্যমে আদিযোগী সদ্গুরু কলকাতায় আসার বিজ্ঞাপন দেওয়া হতো, তাহলে আরও দ্বিগুণ আদিযোগী সদ্গুরুর ভক্তগণ আসতে পারত। যারা যারা আদিগুরু সদ্গুরুকে দেখার জন্য আসতে পারেনি, তারা আমার এই সামান্য ছোট ভিডিওটির দ্বারা আপনাদের সামনে ভিডিওর দ্বারা দেখাচ্ছি। ভিডিওটি ভালো লাগলে আমার ইউটিউব চ্যানেল AKU000 ইউটিউব চ্যানেলটি সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন। ধন্যবাদ। সকলে ভালো থাকবেন, সুস্থ থাকবেন। প্রোগ্রামটি শেষ হয়ে যাওয়ার পর সকলকে মাটিকে বাঁচান একটি স্টিকার উপহার স্বরূপ সকলকে দেওয়া হয়েছে। যারা যারা সদ্গুরু সংসদে এসেছেন প্রত্যেক জনাকে কিছু স্টিকার দেওয়া হয়েছে, যে স্টিকারে লেখা আছে মাটিকে বাঁচান। স্টিকারটি আমার ভালো লাগায় আমি 3টে স্টিকার নিলাম, খুব ভালো স্টিকার। প্রোগ্রামটি শেষ হওয়ার পর সকলকে কিছু টিফিন দেওয়া হয়েছে একটি ক্যারি ব্যাগে, যার মধ্যে কিছু ফল আর কলা আছে। এটা হলো স্কুল হেরিটেজ ইনস্টিটিউট অফ টেকনোলজি কলকাতা। সদ্গুরুর প্রবেশ দুয়ার পুষ্পর দ্বারা সাজানো হয়েছিল। হেরিটেজ ইনস্টিটিউট অফ টেকনোলজি স্কুলের গেট। আমরা এখন বাইরে বেরিয়ে আসলাম। ঈশা ফাউন্ডেশনের টোল ফ্রি নাম্বার +916291598798। এই টোল ফ্রি নাম্বারে আপনি ঈশা ফাউন্ডেশনে যোগাযোগ করতে পারবেন, সদ্গুরুর সাথে কথা বলতে পারবেন।